Let's switch lanes a bit and focus on the children. Now, when it comes to our children, we all want what's best for them. A baby's skin is delicate and much more sensitive than ours, but one of the main stresses are harsh ingredients found in detergents, toiletries, which is what makes choosing the right range so important for moms and the babies. Now, we welcome back pediatrician and allergist Tulja Chakamji to chat about caring for our little ones' delicate skin. It is so good to have you with us in studio.
It's always amazing to be here. Thank you, Jamie.
It feels like just the other day that I was having to find the best product for me and my little one 3 years ago. But just yesterday, I was just telling you this now, yesterday I was asked to be a godmother to my little one. He's 5 days old.
How wonderful. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. And looking at him, his body is so small. His skin is still so sensitive. And I think that's very concerning for a new mom or an expectant mom. They are so delicate. Their skin is so sensitive. So when it comes to skin conditions, what is the best way to look after our baby's skin and making sure that the skin is always moisturized?
We've said this before, the skin is something that you always see. So you know as a mom that when something is wrong with the skin, you panic because you can physically see it. And it has such a negative impact socially as well because you want your baby to look nice and healthy and pretty. I always talk about the skin barrier because with skin conditions, most of the conditions in babies start with a degradation or a damage to the integrity of the barrier. So extremely important to make sure you're nourishing that barrier from day zero, from the time baby is born, to protecting it, moisturizing it with a good moisturizer, which doesn't have any harsh chemicals. So, you know, your parabens, your sulfates, your chlorines, your colorants and fragrances, that's what you want to do. The Purity range has got an aqueous cream that's got a 48-hour moisture. So you're ensuring that that barrier is not just moisturized when you apply the cream, but it continues to provide moisture much, much later on as well. A petroleum jelly is also a really good idea because what you're doing is you're packing up the top layers of the cells and you're ensuring that the barrier is nice and has a firm foundation to prevent any of the harsh stuff from the environment from entering through.
And I love what you said, they prevent, because prevention is better than cure. And when it comes to nappy rashes, we know that one all too well. That is something that can be so discomforting for the baby and for the parent. How to prevent nappy rashes? What is the best method to prevent that?
You know, with nappy rashes, unfortunately, most babies are going to get it at some point. Don't feel like you're failing if your baby gets a nappy rash because the bum area is so delicate, and with that exposure to soiled nappies, it's very natural for the skin to become irritated. But again, prevention, Jamie. So you want to use something that has got a good barrier and something that promotes healthy skin. Zinc oxide is a mineral which has been proven to be quite good in promoting a healthy barrier and healthy skin. So a good bum cream that has got zinc, has got the minerals in it that you can apply after you've wiped the nappy area, after you've changed the nappy, is always a really great idea.
Got it, got it. And I like that you said earlier on also, it's all about locking in that moisture. I remember with Luca as well, all I wanted to do was bath him because I wanted that fresh newborn smell. But how often should moms be bathing their babies?
I tell moms in my practice that you bathe your baby as often as you want to. There is no hard and fast
every day
rule.
For me then.
There's no hard and fast rule. So you could go every day if you need to, but it depends on the climate, it depends on the moisture level, depends on where you live, it depends on the baby's activity for the day. So if you've got a baby that's home all day and hasn't been exposed to any external pollution, dirt or harsh environment, not especially in the time of COVID, not too many people touching your baby, you could go 2 days, you could go 3 days, because what you're doing is when you're not bathing regularly, you're allowing that barrier to be maintained. Every time we put warm water onto our baby and we use a harsh soap on the baby's skin, we're actually removing a bit of the lipid and the fatty layers that are there. And that's where the bathing comes in, because making sure that even the wash you use, whether you're bathing daily or every 3 days, the wash that you use doesn't have too many chemicals in it, harsh chemicals. So again, your parabens, sulfates, fragrances, make sure you use something that's removing the bacteria, but also mild and gentle on baby.
On their baby skin, for sure. And we'd like to think that this, you know, the parenting and this motherhood is all about the babies, but it's also all about the moms. I mean, you know, you go through, so your body's changing, you go through so many insecurities when it comes to this new phase of your life. I'm thinking about nipple creams, stretch marks. This is something that moms have to look into when they approach this journey.
We've gone through this because we realized that the journey is mom's journey as much as it is baby's journey, especially with the skin. And mom's journey starts when she finds out she's pregnant. Baby's journey starts the day you're in that labor ward or when you give birth to baby, but mom's journey actually starts the day she finds out that she's pregnant. From then, you start experiencing so many changes in your body. Water retention, your tummy starts stretching, so the stresses and the hormones and the stretch marks,
and
all of that start becoming a source of great anxiety. So a good stretch mark cream, and the Purity Stretch Mark Cream is fortified with collagen, it's got vitamin E, and it's got a whole host of natural oils, which actually help to soothe. I tell you what, Jamie, I use it on my skin every day.
And look at your skin.
I love the smell of it, and it feels so nice, and it moisturizes so well. The nipple cream as well, what's nice about the nipple cream in the range is that you don't have to wipe it off when you need to feed baby. So you don't have to ever stress about using something that might be harsh when your baby's going to be breastfeeding. You can use it, it's mild and gentle enough to pop it onto your body and then breastfeed baby with complete security, knowing that there's not going to be any harm.
Got it. Now, we spoke about cleaning the baby. Let's speak about cleaning their clothes. When it comes to fabric softeners and detergents, you touched on it briefly, but let's unpack that a bit more. Can that cause skin irritation, and how do we best avoid that when it comes to our baby's skin as well?
Again, with the skin, with fabrics, we want lots of different types of clothes. You've got so many different fibers. We use wool and we use cotton. But sometimes if baby's skin is a bit sensitive, and I always say this, I like to treat every baby's skin as sensitive. It doesn't matter if your baby has a rash or not. Let's just say when baby is day 0, the skin is still immature, it's still growing. Let's treat it all as sensitive. So you just want to avoid anything that might potentially irritate it. When we use the clothes can sometimes cause abrasion on the skin. And if the clothes then have got chlorines and colorants and fragrances, we all like really nice smelling blankets, especially during winter. We want the good fragrances, but these things can sometimes be harsh. So something that's chlorine free but removes the bacteria. Again, coming back to the time we're living in. We're living in a time of a pandemic where dirt and bacteria and removal of any potential sources of infection are so important. So you want something that's harsh on the bacteria, but gentle and mild on the skin. And the fabric softener, the laundry wash, and the stain remover has gone through extensive dermatologic testing and has been proven to be mild on baby skin, but tough on stains as well. We've removed the chlorines and we've removed the colorants to make it that much easier for your journey.
I love that. If it's good for mommy, it is good for baby. Tulja, is always so good to connect with you, and so good to have you in studio as well. I'm sure so many mommies out there has really just been inspired by what you have shared this morning. But of course, Mzansi, it all begins with purity, mild, gentle, and free from sulfates, parabens, and colorants. And bonding time with your baby never looked so fresh and clean. And now listen up, 5 lucky viewers stand a chance to win a 1,000 Rand Purity Toiletries hamper. Now all you have to do is simply reply to the competition post on the Expresso Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram page and tell us what is your favorite Purity Toiletry product for you and your baby. Now don't forget to include that hashtag Purity Promise in your answer. The competition closes Friday the 25th of Feb at midday, and remember those T's and C's do apply and can be found on our website expressoshow.com.
I hope you'll always know how much I love you. I hope that you never stop learning and growing. It all begins with purity.